One more second. There we go. All right. Well, welcome everybody. This is FixIt's Corner. This is a show that we talk about projects that we're proud of, projects that went terribly wrong, or if you have that do-it-yourself project that you are stuck on, you can wait till the end of the show, ask questions to myself and my guests, and we'll give you hints or pointers on how to move along. Sorry, that just distracted me. This is today on the show. We have Alice in Wonderland, Chris Casper, and Battleship. Alice will be talking about her work again. Chris Casper, I'm not sure what he'll be talking about. I haven't seen him come in yet. And Battleship will be here for his tips and tricks. Like every week, we do the contests on whoever the top director is at the end of the show gets a flyer made for them on IG. Whoever answers the most questions for the trivia gets a flyer made for that. I ended up starting out today with my own project that I did. Let's see, when was it? In 2000, I made it this. This is my cutting board that I made in high school. It was a Mother's Day gift that I made for my mom. You can see right there. It took me 3 days to make. Or 3 weeks to make. Let's get my piece of paper out here. Yeah, it took 3 weeks to make. And I was the last one in my class to actually finish it because I wanted it to be perfect for my mother. So and then my second project never worked. So again, we do the contest on or the game of who knows the tool. I found a few tools today that I haven't used yet, so we'll start out with one of the simpler ones. What are these? They're pliers, but there's a certain type of plier. Kitty Lumbee got it, or Lumbee got it. They're channel locks. All right. So for the first guest, I'm gonna have Alice come in, and then the second one will be Chris Casper, and then we will have our tips and tricks guy come in last. So Alice, if you can press the box. I didn't hit the right button. Hey Alice.
How you doing? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. I am. I've had a very busy week. Very busy week. So I'm glad to be here, Brad. It was fun last time because I get to talk about what I do. So hi, I'm Alice in Wonderland. I'm a top badge on the app as well as another featured show host. I'm also a kitchen and bath designer and a remodel designer in my everyday life. I just started with a new company in the past 2 months, and I am in love with what I do again. It's really nice. So it's just, I've been doing a lot of bathroom remodels lately, a lot of kitchen remodels lately, a lot of tub to shower conversions. And the one thing trend-wise that I've noticed, and I've noticed this for probably the last 5 years, medicine cabinets are going away. Like nobody re-puts in a medicine cabinet. You know what I mean? Everybody is covering it over with drywall and just giving it a cleaner look rather than this random door coming out of the wall. Okay. There's other ways that we can get storage, practical storage in a bathroom. We're making the cabinets higher. So I don't know if you guys have old school bathrooms, or, the old school bathrooms were 30 and a half. These are 34 and a half plus countertop, which equals 36. We call them kitchen cabinet height. That's what we're going to. So you have more storage, but then we can put like rollout trays in the sink bases on the bottom, to give you more accessible storage, maybe we put some drawer banks where you didn't have drawer banks, that type of thing. Update it with a nice quartz top undermount sink so we get rid of those clamshell situations that you saw, and everything like that. And then you have fresh, clean lines. Another trend that I'm seeing is these deep, rich, gray-green stains. So like in one light it will look gray, and another light it will look more like a thyme green. So it's kind of very earthy and woodsy. So that's one of the trends that we're seeing. Also, the mid-tone woods seem to be coming back. For a while, like not in the same way. Like oaks in the 90s were pretty popular. It's not the same type of oaks. It's white oak now, or it's quarter sawn oak, or it's rift cut oak. Those seem to be trends, but with like darker fixtures, more natural looking overall. It's kind of, we're in Florida here, so white is king. But I love rift cut oak with a thin line shaker. It's beautiful. No avocado sinks. So right now, Brad, I am working on a project. Okay. Well, I hope to be I'm bidding on this project. But we kind of talk about the weird things that people ask in our industry, right? And so this lady comes in and she's throwing out the word custom a lot. I want a custom kitchen. I want, a custom this, custom that. And it's like, okay. So immediately you know to ask the question, are you ready to pay custom money? You know what I mean? Because if you want this to be exactly what you want, are you ready to pay the custom money? This is not a DIY show. This is not, Chip and Joanna Gaines. This is not, you're going to get this for $5,000. Okay. There's a lot of work that goes into it with an entire team of people. So we need to make sure that, you're on board with everything. So my scopes of work are super detailed and everything like that. But she comes in and she says, I have a 72-inch stainless steel sink that I want, in my kitchen. And I was like, wow, that is a really big sink. Why do you want this big sink? And she was like, I have 5 kids. And I was like, but I'm thinking to myself, are you going to wash your kids in this huge sink? But then to add it, she says she wants the sink to be floating. I'm like, what? So then she shows me a picture of a sink floating, and it's got brackets on the sides. The plumbing must be going into the wall, P-trap into the wall, and then going this way, which is crazy. But the sink that she showed me was like a 36-inch, Kohler cast iron. So it had the metal brackets and stuff like that to hold it. But this is a 72-inch stainless steel sink. Okay, so we would need to build or weld up some, thick metal brackets underneath it. But ready? It's in front of a window. Okay, it's in front of a window that is longer. So you're going to be able to see this floating sink from both sides. So we have to build a like an apron across it, you know, pretty much door panels or drawer panels to go across, not just the back, or not just the front, but the back. It's like, and then the color that she wants is a navy blue stain, not a paint, stain, so you can still see the grain through the wood with a black brushed glaze. If she can pull off what's going on in her brain and it can make that happen, I don't know if she's gonna like it. That's my problem. Like, I will give you what you want. I'm gonna make you sign off on every step of the way. That is my tip for the week. Okay?
So,
for your protection and that company's protection, and make sure everything is spelt out before you get into a project with somebody. Make sure you guys are checking, you know, credentials when you have somebody doing some things, because, you know, if you don't have written recourse, you know, and he decides to skip town with your money because or didn't do something that you thought he was going to do in your remodel, make sure everything's spelled out. For sure.
No. I'm confused about the floating sink thing.
Me too.
Because like the pipe comes down from the sink. How's this good? How are you gonna have this?
So I guess she talked to a plumber about it. Okay. I guess she talked to a plumber about it because she's talking about having dishwashers. It'll have 2 drains, but she was talking about having dishwashers on both sides of the sink. 2 dishwashers, both sides of the sink, and then pulling the dishwasher forward enough that you can run it like that in the back of the, like on the side in the back of the dishwasher, and then panel it so you can't see it on the sides.
Okay.
It sounds like a disaster waiting to happen, in my opinion.
Sounds like to me I have money. I just want to show it off.
She paid $5,000 for this stainless steel sink, and she already ordered it. So she is in. So basically, I brought my boss into it because I was like, I want to make sure this is something that can actually be done, or you're just crazy. You know what I mean? So he comes in and he's like, we'd have to build stainless steel brackets across and build, you know, platforms within, you know. And I was like, how are we going to do that if we have dishwashers on either side? You know, so it's literally right. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Build it like a handicap sink, but she doesn't want that slope that would hide the pipes that a handicap sink would. Because a handicap sink, it's like that. Like if you're looking at it at a side view,
Yeah.
you know, and all the pipes are toward the back so they can roll in. But she doesn't want that. So it's like the person who's going to get this job is the person who can be the most creative to get her what she wants and still guide her with what she can't have. Like that's the person that's going to get this job.
The only thing I keep on thinking about, but it won't make sense, is put the drains in the back of the sink or in the back corners, but you'll still see the pipe. And you won't be able to get all the water out either.
Well, you can see the pipe coming from here as long as I build as long as I make this apron part deep, like long enough. There doesn't need to necessarily be something underneath it, so I can in-house some of where the piping will go, but not if it's an actual P-trap. You know what I mean? The P-trap it's going to have to like somehow go back and then behind the dishwasher where the P-trap is. You know what I mean? I'm still not sure how this is going to be accomplished. I'm going to have to work really closely with the plumber. But I use a program called 2020. It actually just got bought out by another company and they renamed it, but I refuse to not call it anything other than 2020. You can change your name how many times you want. But so my program, I will draw it up. It's like a CAD-based program. I'll draw it up in the program, design it up, render it so you can see what your thought or my expertise make it look like. So I can show you pretty much exactly what your space will look like, or what I think it should look like, depending on how this, but these ideas, they need to be seen on some sort of real like, so you can see all. She just, because she also wants a brick hearth, and I'm like, okay, what? And it's a Spanish style house, right? So she's trying to keep with the theme of the house, I guess. But she wants a brick hearth. She wants a floating, huge, humongous sink. It's like, wow. There's so many things going on in here, especially with that dark blue color. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on. So, yeah, it's going to be a challenge, and I'm kind of wanting to go for it. Like, there's certain jobs that you want and certain jobs that you really, really don't want to do because you know it's going to be a problem from the snap. This one, it's kind of a challenge, and I'm kind of like, as long as you've got the money, honey, I got the time, you know?
Yeah, I would be interested in seeing this one done.
Me too. When it gets to like different stages, maybe I'll come back and I'll talk about what we did and how we accomplished this and show you guys what we did.
I'm interested now. I'm like
you're involved.
Hey man,
You're
you told me that you had enough gas to get here, and I said, "Are you leaving like right now?" And you said, "Yeah, I'm gonna walk out the door here in a minute." And fucking.
So I'll come back whenever you want. No problem.
All right. Well, thank you though.
Excuse me.
You'd like to promote today, or?
Sure. Actually, last night was.
I ain't buying no more because I ain't gonna be the one to get
my
this
open
fucking
mic
broke.
night.
I don't even know how much money I got in my name.
Hornets, the best open mic night on the app. It is amazing the amount of talent that comes through my stream on a Thursday night, and then tonight, and I do that every Thursday. And then tonight is my featured show, Alice's Musical Memories, and tonight's topic is Disney. Disney. Okay, so I have 3 people coming on that have all kinds of different musical memories that will just trigger you in your childhood. So make sure you guys come by tonight at 8 p.m. and come tag in and just relive your childhood for a little bit. So, and my guests are actually all MFWs. I just happen to fall that way. Top Badge Hoops. We have Shell, or Petty AF. And we have Rogue Tatted on my show tonight. So it's going to be awesome. They're all going to be singing one of their memories too. So tag in because it's going to be awesome.
I do want to be on
your show.
That show is really fun. I want to be on it again one time.
For sure. We'll definitely do it. We do volume 1 and volume 2 of everything now. So we'll do Disney volume 1, Disney volume 2, because a lot of times people come in for the first volume and be like, oh my God, I love rock music. Please put me on, so we do a volume 2 to get people, able to come and tag in. So, all right, guys, have a great day. What a great show. Well done, Brad. Well done.
Just remember, 15 minutes, last 15 minutes is our shot talk. So
awesome.
All right. Again, everybody, I want to welcome you. This is FixIt's Corner. This is a show that we talk about projects that we're proud of, projects that went terribly wrong, or if you have that do-yourself project that you just are a little stuck on, come ask us questions and we can give you hints on how to fix it. And then the week after, or the week after you come back and let us know how it went. We just had Allison talking about her project that she's working on at work, which I'm really interested in. I can't wait to see what she does with it. Next, we're going to have Casper talking about his projects, and then we will have Battleship talking about his tips and tricks today. I think it was something about TV or something like that. So, Chris, if you go ahead and request the box. While we're waiting for Chris, I'm going to go ahead and do my next tool. Anyone know what this is? You can put it like this. Yes, it's a clamp. We got that one. Chris Casper. There we go.
How's it going, dude?
How you doing?
Good to see you, friend. We're hanging out. We're here, and we're going to talk about fixing things and repairs. go.
So, start out, can you go ahead and introduce yourself for the people that don't know who you are? And
oh, hang on. I just realized the shirt I'm wearing. I don't want to make something super clear. This is a Kodak Black shirt. This is not a. It looks like it's a great. Anyone who knows me, let me just do this. Okay. All right. It's Kodak Black shirt. It's some band merch. So if anyone's like, okay. Anyway, my name's Chris. It's great to be with you. I like to scream and I like cardboard, and I've been known to eat sushi from time to time. That's who I am.
All right. So what are we going to talk about today, sir?
So there's a couple of things that I've been working on, but the big major project, because as you can tell, looking at me, I'm an extremely handy guy. You know, you give me a 2x12 and a rigshaw, and I can build a house or whatever it is that people do. But lately, I've had a big problem, and that is with my car. So that's what we're talking about today.
All right. I know when I interviewed for my show, you're telling me about probably the car, so.
Yeah. So I have an old BMW. I bought it when I was 24. I want to say I was like 24 maybe when I bought it. It was my early life crisis vehicle. So at that time in my life, I had a small business. The business was doing well. I had just graduated college, and I was a server at Outback. And I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. But I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to not. So there's a saying, okay? It's better to be wealthy than look rich. Well, at that time in my life, I definitely didn't understand that. And so I bought this BMW, and I thought it would be so sick. Well, I still have it to this day. I still like it. I still love it. But there are many, many problems with it, and it is not good.
So what's wrong with it?
So what's wrong with it is more like what's not wrong with it. So it's got a turbocharger that's out. It's got suspension that needs to be changed. It's got brakes that need to be replaced. There is a leak from, I want to say it's probably AC, the AC liquid, or it's a cooling liquid that's leaking into combustion. I think there's some struts that need to be replaced, as well as an regular oil change. You know, that's not a big one. Then there's just like regular small cosmetic things like inside that are broken. Like my seat armrest has been broken off for years. There's a side panel that part of it's plastic that came off. And so like something that I can also say is if you're ever looking at like a Porsche Macan, or if you're looking at like a BMW X1, these are all like budget, entry-level cars to those brands that really don't represent the quality of the brand, right? You don't really buy a Porsche to get a Macan, right? They're cheap, plasticky cars for people who want to like post on their Snapchat that they're in a Porsche, right? That's kind of like what this BMW is. It's an X1. It's not expensive at all. It's a piece of crap. I will drive it until it literally falls apart. But it's a 2013, by the way. But that is what is currently wrong with my car.
And are you doing all the work yourself, or is it going to be are you hire someone, or? So
here's the best part. It doesn't need work if you're not going to keep it. So I'm just letting it fall apart. Every time I drive, I do a little one of these, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna get there, and that's it. That's what I do. And I'm pretty sure that one of these days I'm gonna like have to get to the airport or something, and my car is just not gonna make it. Every time I start my car, there's the biggest. It looks like Snoop Dogg held a 20 times convention, man. You start the car and just smoke just goes like this. And it's so much smoke that I have to wait for it to disperse so that way I can reverse. because I can't see behind my window when I start my car. It's really bad.
I've ridden one BMW my whole life, and I will never get another one again.
Now,
the backseat of one.
I love BMW. I really do. I think they make a great car. I don't think it's just a name. I think they make a quality car. I think that the X1 is not worth the money. I think the X1 is the budget entry level, you know, like just say you have a BMW, right? The Porsche Macans, let's say you got a Porsche. There's like, yeah, it's a cheap model. So, you know, I've been kicking around what I'm going to do for my next car, but for now, I also have a Mazda Miata that needs work done. So we're talking about cars today, about what needs to be fixed. I've got a 1996 Mazda Miata. It's all original parts. It's got about 100,000 miles on it, so it's pretty low miles for the year. It's just at 100K. It needs a new top. It needs a new clutch. Needs, I think the timing belt probably needs to be changed. But other than that, like, there's not too much electric in a Miata. It's like a driver's car. In fact, the person who conceptualized the Mazda Miata based it off of British roadsters in the 60s. And they're like, there needs to be a car that just is made for driving again. And that's what it is. It's got a cassette deck, and that's like it. There's like no technology in the car. It's just like 4 wheels, a manual transmission, and the road. And like, it's a really fun drive. Yeah, it's a rear-wheel drive car. It's a manual. I've been driving it since I was 16, and it's fun, man. I love driving that Miata.
I love Miatas. That's why I used to race in the GTA games.
Yeah. They're cool, and it's rare to find older Miatas that are all original parts because they're a super popular car to tune out. Like, people want to engine swap them, people want to put kits on them, people want to do like racing seats, whatever, you name it. Miatas are gonna get it. Same thing with like Honda Civics, Honda S2000s, Toyota Camrys, Subarus. You know, all that kind of stuff. People want to mess with them. I don't know. Not me.
So I would say you're looking for a different car. I would say you live in like the snow area, right?
I do. So the next car I get, I've got one in mind that I want to get, but I don't want to spend the money on it, so I'm not going to get it. So I'm still stuck. See, it's a tough conundrum, right? I know the car I want to get, and I don't want to spend the money on the car. So it just kind of goes around in a circle. And eventually, you know, I'll have to. But
I would recommend for you the Dodge Rebel.
The Dodge Rebel? Why the Dodge Rebel?
Just all the effects that you do where you lift it, you drop it down.
I would never do that though. I'm a stock guy. Just give me the car, we're driving.
Yeah, that's already built into it. Where you just push a button and it lifts up off the wheels, or you push a button and it lifts it down. Yeah,
that's very true. So that's my fix-it problems right now. Now, something I recently did, it's not fix-it, but I know we're talking about, you know, that's what the show is. Every Friday at 5 p.m., Mr. Fixit's Corner, where you can learn about tips and tricks on how to fix all of your household needs. Currently joined by Chris Casper in the box. Thank you. Make sure you stay tuned because you can find another mystery tool and have another tip of the week. Great show for it. All right, so I recently updated my home into a smart home.
All right. How'd that go?
Well, what I mean by that is, in terms of me updating my home to a smart home, I've added smart lights to every room in my house. I've added effect lights to some of the rooms in my house. I put an A word in every room, and it starts with an and it sounds like Luxario. So I put one of those in each room, and I synced all of those so that I can either have music all playing on the top floor of my house, or have it play on the bottom floor of my house, or I can have it playing in all rooms of my house. I've set it up so that lights turn on at a certain time when I need to wake up. I have a smart kettle that like makes my tea. It's really cool. I feel like I'm in the year 3000.
That's awesome. Now, I do remember when I was on your show, you were talking about you had a problem with the outlet or switch that you didn't working.
I was able to get that fixed with the help from a friend. Yeah.
What I thought was there was a switch.
So what it turned out to be was it was a fuse, but the fuse was labeled garage, so I never tried to change it. What I think happened is there was an addition added to my house at some point way before I bought it, and when they wired it, they just still had the fuse in the box labeled garage, and so, you know, I just never thought to try and trip that, but that's what it ended up needing to be.
Yeah, For some reason, when they redid the electric in our apartment building, never relabeled our circuits on this floor. So my bedroom, when that one trips the one in the bathroom, which trips the one in the kitchen, which trips the one in this room.
Yeah. Hey, you're the guy to be able to fix it, though. You're the one.
Yeah, I don't fix it. I go out and flip them back over and then tell my neighbor who's the maintenance man here, said, "Why don't you fix this?" No, we don't get paid enough to fix it.
I guess so. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's what I've got. Do you have any other follow-ups about the cars or the house, or?
So when you're working on stuff, do you have like a favorite tool that is like your go-to tool that you might use?
Yeah, Google. And my phone calling someone for help. So yeah, those are my two favorite tools. Honestly, if it requires more than like a screwdriver, I'm out. We're not doing it. The funny thing is, I built my PC, so like that was really fun for me. It was expensive Legos, you know, it was like technology Legos, so that was cool. But yeah, I mean, in most cases, if something breaks in my house, it just stays broken. It's just like, well, I guess that's broken now, and that's what it is.
That's why my mom, grandma, and living. I'm actually moving back down into their house this weekend, or next weekend.
Maybe
everything I have, all is broken. Throw it away. We'll get a new one. Now I get to go back in there and fix everything that's broken. And
I don't necessarily throw the stuff out. Like, I've got a table in my basement. I had a Halloween party. Someone broke the legs on it, and I did fix it. But the way the table's set up, it's like a metal leg that sticks out on an angle. It could never screw in right. And so now what I've done is I've just leaned the table up against the couch and the wall. So it has support on that side, and then it just has the leg on the other. So I don't necessarily throw stuff out. I just figure out a way around it.
So you should just take it, bring it up here to Buffalo, and donate it to the Bills Mafia.
To the what?
The Bills Mafia.
To the Bills? The Bills need a table?
The Bills Mafia, so we can jump through it.
Oh, is that like a thing for the Bills? They jump on tables?
The fans do.
Oh, are you? Yeah, I see the Bills. You know who else is a really big Buffalo Bills fan?
Who's that?
Jim B.
Yeah?
He's like a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. He goes, if you're ever out with Jim B, Mr. Fix-It, at the next Live Fest, just give a little, hey, and Jim will go, hey, it's over. You'll find him. It's like summoning him. It's his call sign.
Yes, that's my team. I've been a fan since I was a baby, so.
Yeah.
I lived through the 4 Super Bowls that we didn't win anything. I looked through far right.
Well, I know this is a show about fixing things, but something that did require a lot of repairs were the Detroit Lions. So you want to talk about teams that were broken and things that needed to get fixed. The Lions were definitely one, but now we're having a little time. You know, we're doing okay, so we'll see how the rest goes.
All right. Well, I do want to thank you for being on. Like I was telling Alice, last 15 minutes of my show, last 10, 15 minutes, I have everybody back in the box. We do what's called shop talk and have people asking us questions about fixing their do-it-yourself projects. If you don't mind staying for that, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
All right, and I don't kick people out of the box. I let them kick themselves out so I don't look rude.
Do I need to kick? I thought I had to come back.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, in the last 15. Got it. Okay, yep. Well, I'll see you soon.
I have Battleship next. Again, this is FixIt's Corner, where we talk about projects that we're proud of, projects that went terribly wrong, or if you have that do-it-yourself project, you come in, ask questions, and we give you hints, and then you come back to week after and let us know how it went. So far, we've had Alice in Wonderland talking about her project that she's working on at work. Then we had Chris talking about his cars and his house that he feels like he's living in 2000 or 3001. And next we're gonna have Battleship giving us tips and tricks on whatever project he's thinking about today. Battleship, if you go ahead and request blocks, while you're requesting, I go ahead and do another tool. This one's gonna be a little bit hard for you guys, so take your time. Does anyone know what this tool is? Bam, you got it. And just because we have a three-way tie, we'll go with one more tool. I don't want to knock that over. Here we go. Do we know what this is? It's a drill, but what kind of drill? Yes, Guru got it.
Hola.
So now we know four-way tie.
How are we doing?
Good. How are you doing? This is our tips and tricks guide. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know a little bit where we can find you and what we're going to talk about?
Yeah, so I'm Battleship. I've been on here for about going on 5 years. I don't stream a whole lot anymore because I got a lot of family stuff going on right now. But you will find me around the app and a couple other people's streams, hanging out, just chatting and getting to know new people. I like to get to know new people. For my job, I actually design kitchens and bathrooms for a cabinet company. I design all the cabinets and everything that kind of goes alongside with the cabinets, whether you're putting in special ovens or refrigerators, or like Alice, sinks that are almost impossible to probably put in. But yeah, that's kind of what I do for a living, and I like to come here and talk shop just like Alice. So right now I'm actually working on a huge project at work. It's 21 pages worth of different rooms of cabinets. So it's probably, I'm going to guess, around like a $4 to $5 million house. Where I live, that's probably worth $25 million in California. It's a ginormous house. It's one of the biggest ones I've ever done, and it's got a lot of different stuff, from regular style cabinets to Euro style cabinets in the closets. We're doing all the closet fixtures and having everything set up so it's ready to go when they move in, and they can basically just throw in furniture. But most of the furniture is already included too.
Well, that's nice. So
yeah,
what's our tip and trick today?
Tips and tricks. So tips and tricks as far as when it comes to doing that kind of stuff is, you know, especially like Alice with her sink and whatnot, you really have to get the designs of the sink and see how it actually will work as far as going on the wall, and then everything else outside of that is easy to figure out, for me anyway. Again, it comes down to measurements, making sure that you measure things, you always are checking and see if things are clear or what can actually work with every single little detail. I was going to talk about hanging a TV. A lot of people make the mistake of like thinking they could just throw up a mount on the wall and there you go, and that's where your TV is going to be. But you really have to take measurements from the bottom of the TV, the floor, where the hooks are on the frame or on the mounting bracket, and basically doing the math to figure out exactly where you want your TV.
Wait, is that him? Oh.
All right. So
I gotta go ahead.
how would you say you're
Shit.
how would you get it so it's not like cockeyed? Because right now mine sits like
Hold on,
this
man.
on the wall.
Is it an all rotating mount or no?
As well as ones that just the bar on the back on the wall, and then you hook the TV onto it.
I need a gun. I need a gun. I need a gun. I need a gun.
I would check to see if it's level. That's probably where it's off. And what you could do is take the TV off, kind of see where it's off as far as the level, and then just take out the screws on one side, and then you can just move it to where you need to so the TV straightens up.
All right, so that's the one tool I don't have is a level. Now, how would I go about making sure it's level if I don't have a level?
If you don't have a level, I would say take measurements probably from. Do you have a hardwood floor?
Yes.
Okay, take measurements from the floor on one side, and then do the other side and see where it's off.
All right.
And then that way, if it's off like a half an inch, you can just move the one side down a half inch, and then there you go.
All right. So talking about doing TVs, is there a certain type of mount that you like to do and a mount that you don't like to do, or are they just all?
I typically recommend to people to get all rotating mounts. As far as like it can turn like this way, it can turn like this, it can turn back, tip it back and forth. You can pull it out, and you can swing it to the left. You can swing it to the right. It's definitely worth the money. That way, if you do, for example, get in a situation where you put the mount on level, then you can kind of just turn the TV where you want it.
Have you seen the ones that come with the Samsung TVs yet?
Mm-mm.
They're the hardest ones I've ever had to put in. They come with two brackets like this
Mm-hmm.
that go one on this side of the wall, one on this side of the wall, and then it goes on same on the back of the TV. And you have to sit there and try to hook them into that bracket, and just pray to God that they don't fall off.
Yeah, I always hate hanging them, especially if you got a big TV. I would recommend having someone help you hang it so you don't drop it.
Yes. So, what tools are required to hang a TV?
Not a lot. A drill. You'll need some like really strong screws. Like usually they're lug screws. They're probably about, they're real thick. A tape measure, a pencil, and that's pretty much it.
All right.
Stud finder, yeah. Stud
I wish I
finder.
knew where my stud finder was. Every time someone mentions it, I want to grab my stud finder and say, "Hey, do you know how to use that?" But I misplaced it when I moved my stuff into here.
Yeah, this is actually kind of like a little project I did. Since we were speaking of projects.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I actually hand custom did this is the first time I ever did custom writing in wood. So it's not the best, but it was a neat little project to do. And then I burnt. That's actually stained burn wood. So what you do is you just take a torch and kind of blow it all over it and see what happens.
So was that say goober time or
Coffee time.
oh coffee time? Okay.
Yeah, I originally made it so I was gonna put these like hooks on the board below so you can hang coffee mugs. I have a smaller version of it on my wall.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. I randomly found some scrap barnwood at work, and I was like, I'm gonna keep that and use it.
Yeah, the wood burner that we use for Ours was just a straight line, so it has to look like box letters.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's that year on there.
Did you glue all that up and then plane it down and everything?
Yeah, glued it and then used the can't think of what it's called. The thing that spins that you put the wood in and
A router?
no, it's the like the spindle that they use for doing bats.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Lathe.
I can't remember what it's called. A wood lathe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I use that for those, and then the countersink and all that stuff. So.
Right on. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I almost cut my fingers off doing this one with the table saw.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I've gotten close. My finger that I hit with the hammer is almost healed. Finally.
That's good. I wish I could say the same about mine. I actually don't want to stick. I don't want to flip anyone off, but I have 99% of the way cut off. So.
Oh, dang. Yeah, actually, one of my fingers, I cut off part of it, but it wasn't when I was doing woodworking. Can't really tell because my nail's long.
Yeah.
But the one's actually shorter than the other.
Yep. I see it.
Yeah,
right.
that was actually when I was a cook. I was cutting bacon with a really sharp knife and whacked it.
Yeah. When I cut this one off, I used a Cutco knife like 2 months later, trying to sell those, and I sitting there holding on to the pieces of leather that we're supposed to have people cut through, and it cut diagonally and went right straight to his finger. I didn't feel it.
Ooh. Yeah, no,
I didn't feel it. I don't have any nerve in that fingertip anymore, so.
Well, and then so I was going to say too, so Chris Casper, I don't really have any tips for your car. It sounds like you just need a new car. BMWs are great cars though. They are definitely one of the top cars out there. The problem is you can usually only take it to a BMW dealership for it to get worked on because a lot of people won't work on it.
Yes, that is true. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and do our my plug, and then I'm going to ask both Chris Casper and Alice to get back in the box, and we have our shop talk for the last 10 minutes of the show, and I will do another trivia to get at least a winner instead of having a 4-way tie. Again, this is FixIt's Corner. It's a show that we talk about projects that we're proud of, projects that went terribly wrong, or if you have that do-it-yourself project that you need help with, you can go ahead and ask questions. We'll give you hints, and then you come in a week later and let us know how it went. Today we had Alice on the show talking about her project with the kitchen sink, which I am invested in. I really want to know what's going to happen with
I know.
this sink.
I want to see what it looks like when it's done.
I had Chris talking about his cars and his making his house feel like he was living in 3000. And then I just had Battleship talking about his helping people put TVs up. I'm still waiting for Chris and Alice to request the box. So while I'm waiting, I will go ahead and do one more tool. Let's see if I can find something.
Break the tie.
Yes. All right. There we go. We just talked about it.
One of the most important tools.
5-way tie. All right, and I don't know if Alice is still here or not. She's usually busy at this time too, so. Welcome back, Chris.
Hello.
One question I like to ask all my first-time guests: how did the show go? Did you like it, or?
Oh yeah, it's always interesting to learn more about the things that I'm bad at. So.
Let's see if I can get someone to answer. There we go.
You want me to answer that?
Anyone can answer.
That's a staple gun.
All right. You're already getting the poster for the highest gifter, so I'll give that one to Guru so he can get his splatter done.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, is there anyone that has any questions for our guest about fixing stuff?
I got a question for Chris. So how long did it take you to like wire all that stuff up for your house to make it like a smart house? Because I've never done stuff like that.
That's the thing is there's zero wiring. So I like this brand called Govee. All of the lights are Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled. So you just screw it into a regular bulb, port, and once you put it in, the thing you want to. So if anyone's thinking about doing this, the thing that I learned along the way that's super important is to only do one light at a time, especially if you have redundant style lights. So like in my basement, I have 6 ceiling lights, and what you have to do is you just have to take the first one out, put it in, add the device, name it. So I named it downstairs light 1, downstairs light 2, which is really cool because I can say, hey, a name word, turn on downstairs light 1. And then it will turn on just that light, not all of my lights in the basement, which is cool. Because normally if you flick the switch, right, it turns all of them on to that brightness. But you can like dim them. You can change them whatever color you want. You can make them be warm. And it's really cool, like with the music and stuff too. It's honestly like I mean. It costs a little bit of money to get there, like especially to do all the Alexas. But I did 2 Alexa Studios. Those were the most expensive ones. They're like the high quality sound. But if you just want like that little guy, the one that's sitting there, for Prime Gear, that's like $50. And it's a pretty good deal, I think, for all of the things it can do.
That's pretty cool. Hell yeah. Because I've thought about doing the same thing. I just don't have that many lights in my house to do it.
You'll end up trying to find lights for it. You're like, what how many more bulbs can I get? Because you want to set it up and change the colors. I've got like smart lights in my bathroom now. When am I ever gonna need to dim the bathroom lights? You know what I mean?
Hey, you never know. You never know.
This potty break's about to get real intimate. We light the candles.
Yeah, just the ball put in there for when you go to the bathroom and say, hey, a word, turn disco ball
party mode. It's a party in there,
party in your bathroom.
Who knows? Maybe some people do that.
Some people do.
Yeah, it's been really cool to do that. The brand that I like for this is called Govee.
Okay.
And they have like a whole hub where will do customized stuff. My TV, all of the lights in this room can get synced to the colors that are on the TV. So it's called like an immersive viewing experience. And it will, like, say we're watching a movie it goes from the sand to the ocean. It will change the lights coordinated in the room, because what you do is in the Govee app, you program the location of each light in the room, and then the TV, the smart light, so that TV there has that little camera on top. There, that's the camera. So that little camera will pick up what's going on the TV.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. I'd like to do something that in my living room. That'd be cool.
To set that up, I'll even show you. So to set it up, it comes with these LED strips, and you just set them on the back. You do a little cable management to hide the cables, make them look nice, right? But yeah, you just set them all there, and then I coordinated that with all the the different lights that I'm doing in my room. And yeah, it's fun. I like this little room.
Heck yeah.
Now, did you see the Sorry, hold on.
Dude.
Do you see the thing that they have on Home Depot, or they had on the commercial, the lights? I want to do that. The ones that are like triangles, they put all over, made a design with.
Yeah, Govee makes those. Govee makes those. So you can do like panels on your wall. They do the cubby lights, you know, like the in-ceiling ones. So like what Battleship was talking about. I would need to know some electrical, probably to like pull the light, the entire cup out of my ceiling and like put it in.
Yeah.
They do outdoor lights.
Well, see, it's funny too, because a lot of the new houses that we build and stuff, the light fixtures that they're putting in houses now are all smart programmed already. So you plug it in, it's wired up to the house, and then it just links up to your phone.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, if your Wi-Fi goes out in your house, it's a real problem.
You have no lights. Yeah, you have no lights.
Yeah, no,
they stay on.
No, the default is they are like a warm glow, so like a normal light. So if you just like flip the switch off and then flip the switch back on how you would normally do it, it'll kick on the lights like normal.
Oh, okay.
Which is nice.
Yeah, at least it's got a fail safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning a lot because I don't really do the home thing like that.
It's fun. If you ever want to set it up, maybe I can be of FixIt help.
It'll be quite a while before I move out again by myself. So until I have to have surgery before I can move out again.
Sure. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I will be hanging a TV in the basement. I need to know a little bit about that. I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna hang it with. All we have is concrete down there, so.
Oh yeah, you can use some like lug nut, like it's basically you drill a small hole in the concrete, and they have these things called tapcons. There's certain types of screws that drill into concrete. You get a 2x4, you put it on the wall, you put that screw through it, and it won't come down.
All right.
And then you just mount the TV mount to the 2x4s.
All right, I'm gonna need to hang that, and then I'm gonna get kind of technical downstairs just because I'm gonna be there for a while until everything gets healed up. So I'm gonna put walls up. I might even have to do a project on here where I'm putting the walls up in the basement and everything. So.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about, Dom. But I got to get going, guys. I got some stuff I got to do.
All right.
I will catch y'all later. It was good chatting with you. Good to meet you, Chris.
Appreciate it.
I will catch y'all later. Be sure to favorite both these guys in the box. I'll catch y'all later.
And make sure you favorite Battleship.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for having me on the show. Again, This is a Kodak black shirt. I didn't even think of the shirt I was wearing. I would never wear this live. Oh my gosh. All right, anyway, it's good to speak out. Much love. We'll see you later.
Good, see you later.
Bye.
I want to thank everybody again for being here. We had Chris and Alice and Battleship today. Lugs, just so you know, I did kick him out when you guys were going back and forth, so. It is a feature show guru, so I didn't want it getting in the way of my guests talking, so instead of going back and forth with the trolls, just remove them from the show and then come back to the next one. But give me one moment here. Let me stop this.